Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Raka'ah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great Mason who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Raka'ah Kwadash. Now this one here is just showing you how many chaos is about to take place on Babylon the Great. Basically, 144 on the screen. Basically, these tariffs and whatnot that America and China has been placing on one another. China is not playing around with them. China is going to really cripple them. And that is also going to lead Babylon the Great, aka America, to go basically cashless, and to bring that MOTB, which is that RFID total chip. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to play a couple of videos here and we're going to get some scriptures real quick. And Lord willing, this lesson here will be edifying to the nation of Israel.
Continues. Today, China just announced that. So the escalation continues. Today, China just announced that they will no longer be shipping anything through the Postal Service to the United States. This is huge, okay? This means that tons of American businesses in the next 2 to 3 weeks are going to have empty shelves. Like, the destruction is about to occur, and it's about to occur in real time. I would say this is probably the worst announcement yet, besides the tariffs.
You see that? A lot of things is looking to come to pass very soon. Right now we're living in that time where we're seeing, prophecy is basically walking off the pages of the Bible. Alright? You hear what the fella say? A lot of shelves is going to be empty. And that is true. That is true.
So again, this is continuing to escalate, and China is not backing down, and I don't think they have any intention of backing down anytime soon. I think they're going to just continue to escalate this, and they're either going to, cause a massive global recession, or America's going to have to compromise. But I do not see China backing down. And again, this is a massive escalation. This is probably the worst thing that's happened yet. So the escalation.
Check this one here out.
Continues.
So I work in healthcare, and Hong Kong just announced yesterday that they were completely stopping all postal service to the United States. Hong Kong. And we get 50% of all.
Right, it says Hong Kong's postal service to stop shipping goods bound for the US due to bullying acts. Hey. This man called DJ Trump, also known as Nero today, he has been making, a lot of nations, basically trip off on him. Alright, he is basically causing a lot of, causing Babylon the Great to have a lot of enemies right now. Alright, and is so many scriptures coming to my mind right now. Alright, there's the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." Is not that what we see taking place? Alright? Trump put a 90 days hold on the tariffs, to all the other countries around the world, and he basically aiming at China, right? Now China now basically looking to stop, deliver stuff to them, you know, and as we know, you know, we seeing that China is basically the one of the number one place that does provide for all around the world, you know. They provide for a lot of countries, you know, around the world, whether it's clothes, you know, technology, you know, you name it, you know, even medicines, you know. And the reason why is because that country is a overpopulated country where it has a lot of people living there, and you know they tend to get a lot of jobs, you know. Any country that wants to build something, the first place they go is by China, you know, and ask them to build it, make it, you know. That's why you will see so many so-called bootleg devices or clothing or whatever the case may be, you know, that China will bring out. You know, they will bring out something similar to what the original is. All right, but as the Lord doing it now, the Lord bringing all these things in the light right now, you know. All the things that was in the darkness is coming in the light now. We seeing that China does actually do both. They do the original and they do the bootlegs, right? So we seeing that a lot of these countries, they don't build or make things for themselves. Everything is made in China basically, you know. A lot of things, you could say 80%, 85% of the stuff, right? Verse 3, it says, the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards, right? And this is, you know, we saw the W to the E to the F, you know. We saw them actually participating in something like this, you know, where they brought that witch on the stage, and that witch was doing her spells and whatnot, you know, right on television, all right, and blowing in who face and in who mouth and all kind of madness, you know. And this is how these devils are. When they realize things not going their way, they tend to lead to that direction, to trust in the charmers and the familiar spirits and whatnot. All right, verse 4, where it says here, it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. Goes into who? DJ Trump today, you know, aka Nero. All right, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. All right, so this man, you know, this man DJ Trump, he has been causing all these things to take place. So everything that you're seeing happening right now is because of him. Really and truly is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, because the Lord want these things to happen. All right, and he putting it in that devil mind to make sure and bring forth these different trials for different countries and whatnot, you know. The Lord sent a sword, you know, to bring a division basically. All right, so let's go back to the video.
All of our medical supplies and 91% of our medications from China. And we get 50% of all of our medical supplies and 91% of our medications from China. So hospitals are going to close. What immediate?
You hear that? And it coming from nurses, from doctors, you know. They in the field, so they know They're seeing what taking place. Alright? So they're studying what's going to happen, what they're going to do.
Action will you take to stop this? Hospitals are going to be immediately crippled as soon as next week. And so I work in healthcare.
As soon as next week. Alright? A lot of hospitals and whatnot is going to be what crippled, the lady say. You know? And this just, coming from their mouth. Because they in the field. You know? People out of the field will not understand really. But the ones who in the field and seeing what taking place, understanding what taking place, the pharmacists and whatnot, hey, they all gonna see what taking. They all, hey, boy, you people out here, as Trump say, doom and gloom. Doom and gloom is coming upon y'all. Alright? The Lord gave these Egyptians who into the hand of a cruel Lord. Alright? And a lot of you people ain't know what coming. Alright? A lot of y'all don't know what coming.
And Hong Kong just announced yesterday that they were completely stopping all postal service to the United States. Hong Kong. And we get 50% of all of our medical supplies and 91% of our medications from China.
50% and 91% of the medical from China. Alright? So you seeing where they're heading. Alright? You seeing where they're heading. It's going to have a lot of inflations. As the scripture say, the storehouses is going to be empty. Alright, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 22. Alright, straight to the point here. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So it's not going to have anything on these shelves just now, in these warehouse. Alright, all these places, no ship won't be able to come in and bring goods over to different countries and whatnot. And these things is going to affect a lot of people. Alright? But guess what? Babylon the Great is the last place that these plagues and whatnot going to take place. Right now we're seeing a lot of countries around the world, going through different stuff similar, right? But this is just the Lord previewing and showing you what is about to take place in Babylon the Great. Alright? But we know what we know as America. Alright? That place is going to be desolate. That place is going to be destroyed. Alright? For all the iniquity, for causing all the other nations to drink from that cup. Verse 23 it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Hey, famine of the word come in just now. A lot of people are going to be running here, there, everywhere, to seek the men of the Lord, to find out what's the Lord's name again, to find out, what we were seeing about this and that, why this happening, and why, when this is going to happen, and when the Lord is returning. They're going to have a lot of questions. They're going to be running to and fro, as the scriptures talk about. Alright? Famine. No food. No water. A lot of people will have no place to rest their head anymore, because they're going to be kicked out of their apartments. Alright? All these things is prophecy. All these things is going to happen. Why? Because our people today, they continue sinning. So the Lord reach a point now he's fed up, where it is to have no more warning to you all again. It's straight judgment. Alright? So we seeing that we closer to getting the fuck out of here just now. Right? It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the spring of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. You know, he's going to have a lot of inflation. Alright? He's going to see a lot of, you know, things going up. Let's go to our next video here real quick.
So hospitals are going to close. What immediate action will you take to stop this? Hospitals are going to be immediately crippled as soon as next week. So I work in health.
Right? So here what the woman said there, you know. So if something happened to you, you know, in Babylon the Great right now, hey, your ass is grass, you know. You have no medication, you know. You have no, you know, you have no bandage, no nothing, you know. You can't get surgery, you know. There are people who's going to take their life, you know, because of the pressure, the stress. You're going to see these things, and you're going to see the numbers climbing up. Alright? So when Esau say that, when he said last year, you know, which was 2024, when he said that in 2025, which is this year, 6 billion people is going to perish. Alright? He wasn't, hey, that man ain't lying. That man no bluff. Alright? They have a target, they have an agenda, and the agenda is to start the NWO. Alright? The agenda is to have that full control on Jake, on the people of the world. Alright? This is the wicked that is ruling today.
Healthcare, and Hong Kong just announced yesterday that they were completely stopping all postal service to the United States.
Why that's not playing?
Trump just approved an unprecedented executive order, $7 trillion directly into the Social Security system, from pensions to Medicare to disability benefits. This isn't fine tuning. This is rebuilding. Starting May 1, 2025, tens of millions of Americans will see pensions rising to an all-time high each month. Full government subsidization of healthcare expenses for people over age 65. Priority access to universal coverage programs for veterans. Trump just approved.
You know, so, you know, this man on a roll. Alright? And just now, you know, prices, as it's showing you here, prices going up just now. You know, people won't be able to survive, you know. Just know your money ain't gonna be like nothing. Alright? I'm gonna just read the script here real quick before I get to the next one. As a matter of fact, let me get to the next one first. I will get back to this. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7. And this is Ezekiel chapter 7, start from verse 15. It says, the sword is without is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Alright? So it's not no nice time coming for the nation of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians today. Alright? It's not no nice time coming at all for none of y'all. Alright? Pure destruction. Verse 16 it says, But they that escape from them shall escape and shall be on the morning on the mountain Salakia, excuse me, like doves of the valley, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. Alright? So you know the Lord is going to put our spirit on a lot of Jake out there. And you know, as I mentioned earlier in the video, you know, our people is going to be running to and fro, seeking the men of the Lord, you know, trying to get back this understanding. Alright? Trying to get our oil. Alright? And the Lord is going to put our spirit on them to remember their sins. Remember the shit that they was doing, what they was getting rebuked for, and they was not turning back. So therefore, the Lord is going to bring judgment upon you. You know, the scriptures talk about the Lord will laugh at your calamities when they commit. Alright? And how he's going to laugh? He's going to laugh through his servants, the prophets. Alright? Same way how he speaks through his servants, the prophets, to prophesy, to let you all know what is going to take place, to let you all know what is happening, what is about to come, and so forth. It's the same way he's going to laugh through his servants, the prophets. Alright? Verse 17 it says, All hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and honor and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces. You see why? You see why all these things is going to happen to the 2/3 of Israel? You know, because they refuse to hearken unto the word of the Lord. Alright? They rather dwell in wickedness. They rather trust in Egypt. Alright? It says, And shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets. Alright? All their money, they're gonna cast them things out in the street. Why? Because this dollar is going to basically be ended. Alright? And you see how China right now going to make certain moves to basically cripple America even more. You know, where America is going to basically try to be forced to push this MOTB even faster. Alright? Which is that RFID total chip. You know, they will go fully cashless just now. Alright? Revelation 12 and 12. You know, the devil shall come down with great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. Alright? It says, They shall cast their silver in the street, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Alright? So because Israel sinned and they refuse to hearken unto the word of the Lord, therefore the Lord is going to bring calamities upon you all. Alright? But only the 1/3 of Israel is going to be saved, starting with the 144,000. Alright? Abaratazar will be part of that hopefully elect number. Verse 19 in the NLT, it says, they will throw their money in the streets. Why? Because their money wouldn't be good, no good anymore. Alright? It wouldn't even be good enough to wipe your bottom. You know? You wouldn't be able to survive out there. Because you're going to have to take that MOTB. You're going to have to take that to be able to get food. To be able to feed your family. Alright? It says they will throw their money in the streets. Toss it out like a worthless trash. You see that? A worthless trash. You know? When you place making coal, you know, you have to burn your money to keep yourself warm. Alright? It says their silver and gold won't save them on that day of the Lord's anger. It will neither satisfy for feed. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. A lot of chaos going on take place just now. And we see we very close to that time. Alright? Very, very close to that time. I'm going to bring out the scripture and look to close it off. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 1. It says, prophecy against Babylon. It says, the word that the Lord Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans, which is these Edomite study also, alright, by Jeremiah the prophet. It says, declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon, it taken. Salakia. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Moraddak is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. So you're going to see, you know, Babylon right now, aka America, is not going to be anymore just now. You know, it's not going to be tender and delicate again, you know, in a lot of people's eyes. Right now, the Lord is exposing this devil for who they really are. Alright? Showing off that they really don't have no say. You know? They was only in power because of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That blessing that Esau got. You know? With the fatness of the earth in this for a short moment. You know? Verse 3 it says, for out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall depart, both man and beast. You know? So hey, this place, this whole world right now is going to be in a frenzy right just now. Alright? It's going to be in a frenzy. Things that you never see before, you're going to start seeing taking place. Alright? Things that you never witnessed. When you thought things was bad, now wait when we reach closer to the end. So with that, I hope this lesson here was edifying to the nation of Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Raka'ak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the who feel elect. Shalom and Abad Babal.